What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the land of reckless logic. Please make sure you guys pop that like button, hit the subscribe button, and please smack the notification bell so do not miss any of my posts with me. Let's get straight into this video. Alrighty, y'all. So with that being said, let's get straight into it. As you guys already could tell by the title of this video, I will be doing a Bad Boys Club LA review, episode 6. Now, first thing I do want to give a little disclaimer, y'all. I know I'm over here looking like a zebra from down below, gray edition, and I'm over here looking like a goddamn wildcat. But however, I'm about to go to bed, so don't do too much on me. Thank you. All right, so with that being said, let's get straight into the episode. So we're just about starting off where the hell we left off from last episode. From last episode, just a little rundown. Carry On, aka Neo Soul, and Cristobal, aka Milan, were going back and forth at the studio session that they had. So we just about starting off from where they were outside of the studio. They're outside the studio. Cristobal and Neo Soul are going back and forth at this point. Now, Relly, Darrell, and Curtis, aka well, you already know their names. They try to calm the situation out. Now, I will say is that I really do appreciate, and I said this last review, I really do appreciate seeing Curtis in this type of light. I felt like it's more authentic to who he is naturally compared to what we have seen him the first couple of episodes. So I really appreciate that. So there's, once again, they're going back and forth. Now, the rest of the cast just decides that they're going to get on the bus because keep in mind they have to go to the fashion show. They go on a bus. Now, Neo Soul begins to go on the bus, but however, he changes his mind. He wants to ride in the Tahoe. He don't feel like being bothered. He feels like him going on in a separate vehicle to the fashion show. That's the best situation to try to de-escalate the situation. He could calm himself down. He could think more clearly. So I was like, okay, come on. I said, come on, de-escalation. Yes, ma'am. So now at this point, the rest of the cast is on the bus and they're on the way to the fashion show. Cristobal, just about lets it be known that he is hurt. He's hurt because apparently from what he said, he's tried to be Neo Soul's friend, Carry On's friend. He felt disrespected by Carry On. Now, here's my thing when it gets down to Cristobal and Neo Soul situation. Forgive me, y'all. 1 second. Water break. Girl, every single time I do these reviews, my mouth starts getting dry. Oh, yeah. So here's my thing when it comes down to Carry On and Cristobal. Cristobal had a legitimate reason why he felt the way that he did. I 100% understand it. He didn't want the hard work that they all collaborated on to get lost, deleted, etc. I get that. Carry On was asked and also volunteered to help save the work because he's in the music industry. And however, he just need to get, kind of freshened up on Pro Tool. I believe that's the name of the program. Pro Tool or something like that. I get both sides of it. But my issue with Milan is that he's not admitting his faults or where he may have gone wrong in the situation. Like, Milan, Cristobal, you had a legitimate reason to feel the way that you did. But however, it's the way that you went about it and the way that you was articulating yourself and actually getting your message across. That is where you went wrong. But however, I'm gonna put a pin in that because we're gonna get back to that. Oh Lord. All right, so Gutter, aka Skittles, is inside of his confessional. Just about in a nutshell, lets it be known that he is annoyed. And I'm right along with him. Now, I'm not too much annoyed with Carry On Neo Soul, but I'm kind of more annoyed with Cristobal. So at this point, they're outside of the fashion show. Now, keep in mind, even though they have arrived to the fashion show, they are inside of the bus. Now, I did notice that Cristobal was stretching and doing all this extra So Cristobal in his confessional says that just about in a nutshell that he wants to fight and he just about has flashbacks and of Carry On keeps saying, "What's up? What's up? What's up?" I was like, oh Lord Jesus, he's over having flashbacks. Lord Jesus. So Cristobal gets off the bus. Well, the cast gets off the bus, but Cristobal gets off the bus and sneaks Neo Soul. So basically what ended up happening is that Neo Soul was already there. I guess he was outside talking to a producer, talking to the news reporter. He was talking to somebody. He wasn't aware of anything. And as soon as Cristobal got off the bus, he hit him a couple times. He went across his dome a few times from what I heard. And so at this point, Skittles says in his confessionals that, you know, that he's just about, once again, he's annoyed and just was talking about something. Oh, so you're a fighter now. You're this now. And I was like, yeah. Carmack says in his confessional as well. Durrell says in his confessional as well. He says, basically is that, how are you going to sit up here and pop at this event, this big event, but however, you didn't pop at the parking lot? And the same thing I said too. I'm like, you ready to pop at the event, but you wasn't ready to pop in the parking lot. Like it's the thought process for me. So Cristobal gets a ooh, Jesus, ooh, God, that was not really like. Okay, so Cristobal gets escorted out. At this point, they're separated. Cristobal is being held by security guards, and Carrion's off to the side. Now, here's my thing with Carrion. He be too calm for me. Like even when the whole thing with Moolah, aka Gatekeeper, that whole situation, he was too calm. When it happened with him and with Cristobal, he's too calm, and now like it. The boy didn't went upside your head. I don't care where I am. I don't care if I'm a fighter or not. You're too calm for me. You're too calm. Now at the same time, that could be a bit. That could be something that you probably could be worried about, because if you're too calm, that's a little scary. All right, so where was I, girl? Oh yeah, okay. So he's mad after he just about gets escorted out. He's mad. He's walking all around. People not feeling this. Just about calling him a drama queen. You're doing the most. All the different types of things. People not feeling it. And plus, they're not feeling it because you snuck the boy when the boy wasn't even looking at you. And also when Cristobal was going around, the host, which is his friend, came up to him and just about asked, "What's going on? What happened?" He was trying to get clarity. But however, previously, not too long ago, he ended up getting clarity from, I believe, Durrell Carmax. Basically getting clarity, basically letting it be known that them two was arguing before we got here. That's the reason why this happened. So then he went up to Cristobal. Cristobal saying that just about letting me know he was mad only because simple fact of he fought for Carrion, and all these different types of things. So I was like, "Ooh, girl." So at that point, Cristobal has to stay on. I don't know if they sent him to the bus to actually stay, or he chose to be on the bus just to cool down. I don't know which one it was, but he on the bus. Everybody else started to hit the red carpet. Now I will say this about this red carpet. From the red carpet, in my personal opinion, and keep in mind too, the way I'm dressed, I cannot talk about nobody. But from my personal opinion, when it came down the red carpet, I was like, how is this event gonna turn out? What is this event gonna look like? I was not feeling it. I was like, "Ooh, girl, what the?" Like I was not feeling it, honestly. But they ended up getting the red carpet. So now at this point, now they're actually in the event. They're at the fashion show. From the confessional, Skittles and Twilight, they're here for it. They are here for it. They're loving the experience. They're like, "Oh yes, this is what I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to do. Yes, ma'am." Now, however, DMV Curtis and Gatekeeper Moolah, they're not feeling it. Now, I will say this. I'm gonna say more so of Gatekeeper wasn't feeling it, because he felt like it was last minute. He felt like everything was just put together, and plus on top of that, he felt like the clothes that were there or presented to him. Come on, presentation on the, because I'm over here tired. Come on, vocabulary that was presented to him didn't represent his style or what he liked, so he wasn't feeling it. And I was like, okay, rightfully so. I can get with that. Now, Neo Soul, Carmax, and Skittles, as everybody's getting ready, they begin to talk about what happened, as in the whole thing about Cristobal sneaking Carrion on Neo Soul when he's not looking. And basically they all said it's not cool. That's really a punk move, all the different types of things. Hold up, y'all, water break. Why every time I get on live, my mouth get dry? Okay. Girl. All right, so what was I? Just that quick. Oh yeah, so basically it wasn't cool that he done snuck the boy. So Cristobal finally gets himself together. So he finally gets inside the event. He decides, you know what? I was mad. I did what I did, but I'm gonna decide this is my friend. I'm gonna go inside and do this event because I'm a bad boy. I was like, okay, girl. So Neo Soul and Skittles begin to talk. Now this is right before they started to go out and do what they had to do. So everybody's dressed at this point. Neo Soul and Skittles begin to talk. Basically, Neo Soul lets it be known that what happened was petty. It didn't even need to happen. He was kind of like over it, but not over. He's like that was just stupid. Keep in mind, y'all, I'm paraphrasing. Skittles says in the confessional, basically lets it be known that the bitch is moist. The bitch is so turned on by Carry On being so mad. But however, in the same token, just said that, you know, we're friends, so I gotta swallow it. I can't. Come on, sex. I had to swallow it. I cannot even think about that. I gotta keep it in. We are friends. Let me continue to try to calm him down. So that's basically what he did. Try to talk some encouraging words to him, calm him down, you know, kind of get his head in the right space. I was like, come on, friends. So now the next thing that ended up happening, bitch, the lights go out. Now, when the lights go out, everybody's like, oh my God, they're going crazy. But my thing is, I'm like, how the hell are y'all not shocked? Bitch, you don't see all them damn lights and everything going on, bitch? You don't think it's gonna be a shortage? I'm like, okay, whatever, girl. So at this point, Cristobal is like, oh my God, what's going on? No. Like, he's just like frustrated. Now, I'm gonna refer back to that point later on in the episode. Why every time I get on live, there's always a train? I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. Probably not, but every single time I go live. But so at this point, the host, Cristobal is going up to the host, which is his friend, to my knowledge, and Cristobal just about apologized to the host. Now, was it sincere or not? I'm gonna get back to that. Hopefully, I remember to get back to that because I thought about something later on in the episode. I'm gonna get back to that. So okay, so as they're going on, Cristobal gets clarity about the lights. Basically, why the lights went out is that there was a shortage going on. And you know that whole thing going on, because I'm like, damn, y'all see all these damn lights, and I'm surprised y'all didn't get this sorted. Y'all, I don't know why the hell y'all so shocked. Okay, girl. All right, so the rest of the cast comes up. They're all getting clarity about the lights as well, and then God then walked into the room. Bum bum bum. Then the angels, the trumpets, the lights come back on. I was like, yes, ma'am. I said, come on, the show must go on. Everybody's happy at this point. Now, Gatekeeper in his confessional lets it be known that he does not like his outfit. And I was like, okay, that's reasonable. If you're walking something that you're not a fan of, especially because keep in mind, they had to pick the wrong outfits, to my knowledge. So if you're picking something and it doesn't represent you, then you know, I get it. So the fashion show begins. Now I will say the fashion show is a good representation because I first went from that red carpet, I was like, girl, what the flying fuck? And on top of that, lights going out, all the different types of other things, bitches fighting outside. I was like, what the hell is this? But however, I will say once they actually began to walk, I was like, oh, okay, I actually liked it. I was kind of impressed. Well, then again, I'm nobody to really impress because, bitch, look at the way I dress. I'm just saying, bitch. But I was like, okay, it gave me a different perspective, at least for everything else. So then now the bad boys began to walk. Now, I will say this. It was very few that I actually liked. I can tell that they picked their own outfits. Reason being is because we've seen them go out for like the last Zeus event, which was that the baby and Danny Lee's brother fighting that event, the bowling alley event. And for the most part, all of them dressed kind of similar to what they had on. As in Curtis, when he had that little vest thing, I think the vest thing was kind of cute. But when he had like a little vest thing, it reminded me of that black vest that he had on in the last Zeus event, that bowling alley. And then Gutter always looking like a high school hoe, bitch. That shit is funny. But I was like, okay, it was very few that I liked, but I was like, okay, girl. But it was cool. It was fun. Carry On over there looking like Big Bird, bitch. But however, at this point, the fashion show is over. So now at this point, the cast is backstage. Gatekeeper is mad. He's mad because he didn't like his outfit, and he felt like the setup was ghetto, it was cheesy, it was last minute, it was put together, it wasn't put together properly, and he wasn't messing with it. I was like, okay, girl, I get it, I understand, but however, at this point, it's over. But however, I will try to give him some slack, because you never know what type of opportunities. Dang, I can't get it together. That's why we eat fast. But however, you just never know what type of opportunities may come across, because they probably never come across your platform or come across you in your different avenues or your different avenues where you create income. But however, they come across you in that fashion show, and you may be that one person that catches their eye. So I get it. All right, so DMV just about comes and try to calm him down, or even try to comfort Gatekeeper. And like I said, I'm gonna keep saying throughout the whole time, is that I really do appreciate seeing DMV more in this particular type of light, only because it's more natural to who I believe, my perspective. I believe that who he is, which is I feel like it's kind of supported throughout this episode. Don't worry, we're gonna get to it. But however, DMV did mention and say that he liked the whole thing about being on the fashion show, and I was like, okay, look at people just having different types of realizing different passions in their life. I said, come on. So at this point, the day is over. We're following the next morning. So it's the next morning. So Skittles and Twilight, Gutter and Dylan are in the kitchen. DMV comes in the room. So when he ends up going inside the kitchen, Skittles end up basically giving him a shot. I was like, damn, early in the morning, I know y'all kiddies in there was all fucked up. Hold up, y'all, water break. Why would every single time I get online, man? Girl. Oh, girl, my tooth. Forgive me, y'all, my tooth hurt. Alrighty, y'all. All right, so yes, they end up doing a shot. Now, basically, every morning they have to review everything that happened, at least on camera. So they go over basically they go over what happened yesterday. They talked about the whole studio session, how everything happened. They talked about the whole thing about Carry On and Crystal Ball going back and forth, and they also talked about the producer just getting up and leaving. I was thinking the same thing, as in like, bitch, what type of producer are you that gets up and leave in the middle of a session that you were paid for? I'm assuming, because also they said that was Crystal Ball's connect. So I don't know if he was paid or was he paid through camera time. I don't know, but I will say this is also too. You are on a reality TV show, so I understand. It was supposed to come like get the song or do the song, but however, the purpose of producers is to produce a show. So even if he was told by Crystal Ball to be there, however, production possibly allegedly could have told him as in, yo, we're gonna need for you to leave like 30 minutes from now. Yeah, the song's not gonna be done, but however, we do have to produce a show. So with that being said, you have to get up and leave. Okay, cool, got you. And you better not tell nobody. I'm like, okay, cool, got you. So I don't know why they're too sharp, but I get it. So DMV just about asked about Neo Soul and Skittles, because he noticed that they was over there chopping it up. And so Skittles just about lets me know that I was just comforting my friend, and that's all it is. There's nothing more to it. I was like, okay, girl, we get it. Now this is another thing I want to bring up. Well, I said I was gonna put a pin in it. This is another thing that I see that supports what I said about Curtis earlier, not too long ago, is that I feel like him actually not being genuine and being understanding and not really caring about other people's sexual orientation is more genuine to who. Bitch, get it out. Hold up, y'all. Mouth is dry. To who he really is. Because as you see, he's having conversations with Gutter, and he don't care about what comes out of Gutter's mouth or what goes in his mouth at all. So it's real refreshing to actually see that. So but however, I did notice as they were talking about the whole thing with Carry On and Crystal Ball, I realized Dylan, aka Twilight, in his confessional just about said that Crystal Ball pulled a punk move, and I was like, oh. Now it speaks volumes when you have Dylan telling you that you pulled a punk move, And I 100% understand and I 100% agree that yes, that was the right message, but however, the wrong messenger. Reason being is because Milan is going to 9 times out of 10 probably going to see this. I don't think they had a reunion yet. If they are going to have a reunion, so yes, he done seen this. So my thing for you, Miss Dillon, Miss Twilight, are you going to be able to back that up? That's if he even confronts you about it. So we gonna see. I said, come on, cause you talking all that big stuff in these confessionals, Dylan. But we're gonna see what you give. So now at this point, now we're leaving the kitchen. Because at this point, they got done talking about what they want to talk about, or what they need to talk about for show purposes. So now at this point, we're at Crystal Ball's room. Crystal Ball is laid up in his room like Brandy, sitting up in his room. Crystal Ball is on his bed. Gatekeeper knocks and comes in. So basically, they're doing the same thing that everybody else doing. They talk about what happened exactly, and so they talk about what happened exactly from Crystal Ball's perspective. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. My bad, I was on to mess with something in my mouth. Here's the thing. It irritates me when they start to talk about the situation because Crystal Ball is playing the victim role. He really is. He's playing the victim role, and he's not admitting his fault, or at least the part that he played in the situation. He's trying to make it come off as in, oh, me and Carrion, me and Neo Soul got into it because he was talking to me crazy and doing all this other stuff. And I don't do that to people. I just don't do that type of stuff to people off the bat. But you're not admitting, which is another thing I'm gonna probably keep screaming throughout the episode or this review. You're not stating how you were talking to him crazy, which led him talking to you crazy. It was irritating my soul the whole time. So the whole victim perspective, I was not messing with. Now, he also explained why he did it, as in why did he fight? I keep messing with this thing in my mouth. Why did he fight Neo Soul? And he kept talking about the lies. Now, I'm assuming that the lies had to do with Neo Soul stating that allegedly Crystal Ball was trying to touch up on Carrion. Now, do I believe that? I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't. I personally don't believe that actually happened personally. But then again, at the same time, you just never know because they're in a house together. Now, let's just call a spade, because also I've been through something similar to this. When you're in a particular area and you're like segregated from all the civilization for the most part, and the people telling you where you have to go, when you have to go. Because keep in mind too, with these reality TV shows, to let you guys a little more insight. With these reality TV shows, they from what I've heard from interviews, they have to get permission to go certain places because production has to get permission to be able to shoot at those places, as in restaurants, as in clubs. They have to get permission to do those things. So they just can't up and get up. So I think that's another thing that people are not really realizing. With that being said, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be stuck in the house. What I can say is when you're in a situation where you're isolated from the rest of civilization and you're stuck around a lot of other people, when it comes to people being attracted to people, it's like your 4s begin to start to look like 8s. Trust me, I've seen it happen. Your 4s that you probably will call a 4 outside in the real world start to look like an 8 in that particular situation. So at the same time, it probably is true. I don't know. I'm not gonna say too much on that. Now, okay, so now at this point, I did notice throughout this whole interaction, Gatekeeper Moolah Mo, he looked like a therapist when he was leaning back all in that chair. That was so funny to me. But he also said something too that was real interesting to me. Because as Milan Crystal Ball was actually stating or saying stuff as in like, his perspective, Moolah said that, okay, you did this because you said that he felt like he disrespected you and you was mad, you couldn't control yourself. I'm paraphrasing, y'all. But Moolah asked and basically said that, that was just about a 45-minute drive. So the first thing that popped in my head is like, ding, 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 light bulb. Let's just do like a little time capsule. You want a time capsule? Go back. I remember when he was apologizing, Crystal Ball was apologizing to his friend for messing up or fighting at his event that was meant for children, to my knowledge. And I remember, and the first thing that popped in my head, I was like, was that sincere? I don't know why. And keep in mind, this was before I even seen that scene, this particular scene. I'm like, was that sincere? Because the whole thing is that you had a whole 45 minutes inside of a car, bus to get to this event. And you mean to tell me that, one, you couldn't calm yourself down. Two, you didn't realize that you were going to your friend's event. And you mean to tell me that you got so mad because he disrespected you, and so you decided to fight him at your friend's event? It just wasn't making any sense to me personally, because it's like, I can see if it was like a 10 minutes, 15, I'll probably even give him 20. Because sometimes, sometimes I may get mad about something. It may take me a while to calm down because I may still think about it. But 45 minutes, I don't know. That seems like a bit much for me. But I was like, okay, girl. Oh, that was a bit much for me. All right, what was I? Because, girl. Oh, yeah. So now at this point, they talk about the whole thing. Now, this is another thing, because I forgot to put this in my notes. Let me do a small little rant. This goes back to my irritation. My irritation is that Moolah was saying in his confessional, as in saying stuff like, Crystal Ball just wanted to help us save the music and doing all this type of stuff. But here's the thing that was irritating me throughout this whole episode review. The thing that was irritating me is that it irritates me when people don't realize or recognize the verbal and non-verbal things that happen within an altercation situation, and then be having so much to say. That irritates my soul. Now, reason why that irritates my soul is because you don't know everything, and you're just going based off what one perspective has said. You haven't even talked to the other perspective, to my knowledge, on camera purposes. You haven't talked to the other perspective. That irritates my soul. Because, once again, yes, Crystal Ball had a realistic reason why he didn't want Carry on that particular system. Yes. But however, everybody keeps forgetting, or at least not mentioning, the fact that Crystal Ball was talking to Carry On crazy, which was the reason why. And this also goes back. Actually, I'm gonna hold off on that because we have one more scene to get to. But it's the whole thing. He's talking to people crazy. Dang, my thing. Oh my God. So at this point, we get to the pool. So basically, it's Mr. Lil Gucci with the shades, aka Anthony. He's outside. Neo Soul and Carmax join him. So Carmax just about asks about the fashion show, and just about they talk about the fight. So at this point, everybody's reviewing just about what happened last night. They talk about the fight. They said the whole thing about Neo Soul getting snuck. They didn't like it. They felt like it was BS. They felt like it wasn't cool. So Neo Soul and Mr. Louis Prada Gucci with the shades, they wasn't really fitting it. They didn't like the whole thing about him getting snuck. They wasn't feeling it. Carmax just about says that he didn't like that he felt like within the altercation situation of Carmax and Neo Soul going back and forth on in the studio, he felt like Neo Soul was being discredited because, like everybody else, at least for the most part, I think feels is that if anybody else would probably have the knowledge, it probably would be Neo Soul because of who he's, for one, affiliated with, two, his accomplishments, and three, probably his resume and his knowledge. You get what I'm saying? So, but here's my issue. God, my thing is over here messing up. But here's my issue that I have with Neo Soul. Neo Soul is that, yes, I understand. I'm gonna say all of them. Yes, I understand all of these things, but yet y'all are not voicing those things when the conversation comes up, at least on camera. At least we're not seeing that. That's the issue that I have. So, okay, where was I? What was I? Okay, so Mr. Lil Prodigucci just about is talking shit. He does not like, or he's not here for Christopher Milan. But here's the issue that comes in with Anthony. Anthony doesn't voice that. He doesn't tell Christopher Milan that. What he does, he tolerates Christopher Milan. Okay, how you doing? But then when something happens, he goes behind Christopher Milan's back and voice his opinion, but however, he doesn't voice those same them exact same opinions when Christopher Milan is called to the quote unquote carpet. Girl, I don't know. So it's coming off real fake. Now, also, Mr. Lil Prodigucci did said a comment about who's going to be the leader of the house. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if he meant as in the leader because as in show purposes or for ego purposes. Now, show purposes is that I do notice is that when it comes down to what's going on in the house, what we're going to do for today, what are we going to do for today? As in when Natalie has announcements or something, she, to my knowledge, from what I look like when I'm viewing, she usually tells the leader of the house, and then he tells everybody else. Or is it like? Or is it like from like purpose? Dang, forgive me, y'all. I'm over here messing with this thing in my mouth. Or is it like from the thing of I'm gonna be the leader, I'm the HBIC or stuff like that? So I was kind of confused on that part. I may go back and watch it again. Now, CarMax did come with a good resolution. It's very reasonable, as in there will be no leader of the house. When it comes, I think the leader should be for situational, as in when the situation comes up, who basically is the expert in that particular situation or that particular area, they should be the leader, because guess what? They have the most knowledge. And I was like, that makes perfect sense. I don't know why the hell y'all didn't do that from the beginning, but I digress. So at this point, they're once again talking about the whole thing when it comes down to Neo Soul and CarMax and the whole fight thing. And I'm going to say this too, because I don't think I said it this time. Neo Soul, he be too calm for me. Too calm for me. This boy, when it came down to the whole moolah thing, he was too calm. When it came down to CarMax, I mean not CarMax, Crystal Ball. Oh geez, I'm over here, bitch. I'm over here going through it. When it came down to Crystal Ball, he was too calm. Like I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck at this point. I don't care if I'm at an event, bitch. You swing on me, bitch. We have a problem, and that's on period. So they're talking about the whole situation, saying that what he did was whack, and they think that they should call a house meeting. He's like, okay, good, got you. So now everybody go back inside the house. CarMax calls the rest of the cast for a house meeting, and basically when everybody sit down, they're confused, flabbergasted, whatever, etc. CarMax lets it be known they're going to talk about what happened yesterday. It says that they feel like, well, he feels like they should apologize to each other because it should be a misunderstanding. Now, Neo Soul ain't trying to hear none of that. He ain't trying to hear none of that. He ain't trying to do all of that. Whatever. Now, Neo Soul's also on the defense, and he's very much on the wall, and his defenses are up. Oh, girl. This thing is my mouth killing me right now. All right. Where was I? Dang, I forgot my thing. Oh, yeah. So, yes. Neo Soul, he's not trying to hit it. Now, Neo Soul in his confessional says that he's noticed that Mr. Lil Prodigucci with the shades is a flip-flop. And I said, okay, we most definitely can see that because, baby, he's not being 100% real in the situation. Because, once again, you was just outside on the pool, saying all these different types of things about how you felt and da-da-da-da. But then when you actually got inside, when the house meeting actually occurred, at least from the perspective of what we're seeing, you're not 100% voicing those same opinions. All righty, so at this point, tension is rising. Tension is rising between Neo Soul and Crystal Ball. Crystal Ball just about lets it be known that he feels like he said he had to interject because at this point, forgive me, y'all, Neo Soul was saying his perspective, was talking his shit. Because right now he's on defense. And I can understand why. Crystal Ball interjects and says that he has to stop him because he doesn't he doesn't just come at somebody just off the top. It's always a reason why, all the different types of things. Now, here's my thing. And now this I'm going to say what I really want to say. Here's the thing, is that, once again, you had a legitimate reason why you felt the way that you did. The issue that came into play is the way that you were talking to Neo Soul. That's the issue that you have. Now, reason why, earlier, once again, we're going inside of a time capsule. We're going to get inside, go back. Okay, so when the whole thing happened with the lights going out, what that brought to my attention, because Crystal Ball was kind of freaking out. What came to my mind is that the studio situation, because the thing is this: the producer got up and left. He had a legitimate reason why, is that he didn't want the song to get destroyed. Okay, we get that. But however, at the same time, he's going against the clock, because after some time, the system deletes or the song disappears. I don't know exactly how that works. Something happens with the song. But here's the thing. I believe, because I do have people like this, is that sometimes when they are under pressure, or sometimes when there seems to be a situation that they're trying to find a solution to, they aren't really aware of the way that they talk to people or the tone that they use when articulating to people. You get what I'm saying? So yes, you had a legitimate reason why. But however, since you were frantic and you were going against the clock, and you felt like him being chosen, or even considering that route of him being able to potentially save the song, was not the best choice, you were talking to him crazy, as in your tone. You was talking to him crazy, as in trying to discredit him, on top of not being fully aware of his resume and stuff. So that was the issue, and that's what kicked everything off. All right, so as they're going back and forth, and the whole thing about the whole mental issues and all the different types of things. Now, I will say this: I think Carry On is very unique, very different. Now, they were in the house with him more. They know him better than I do. Now, do I think he has mental issues? And I'm not gonna diagnose nobody, but I can see how people can say yes and no. But I do believe that I think it's just the whole thing. I'm gonna hold off on that. I'm gonna come back to that on a different episode. But I can see how. But however, what I will say is this: I feel like, I don't think that Milan was saying that just to say that. I think he was saying it as a dig, as if he was just trying to use it to weaponize it against him. I don't think he was really, girl. He was using it as a dig, girl, just taunting. All right, so he basically let me know that he was mad at Carry On and why everything happened, because he fought for Neo Soul, and because of the whole thing happened with Moolah, because he was defenseless. I was like, okay, girl, you can't get mad for fighting for somebody and you inserting yourself in a situation and things go left between you and that person. You can't get mad because guess what? You inserted yourself. So at the end of the day, that's just crazy. So Neo Soul makes a comment talking about he's big bro of the house. And so Carmax said, excuse me, bitch, I'm going to interrupt you real quick, because there's no leaders in this house. Because what I do is what I do. What you do is what you do. What Christopher Milan do is what he do. What Moolah do is what he do. There's no leaders in this house. And I was like, okay, I'm here for it. Yes, ma'am. So Cristobal is not admitting to his faults. Once again, that's just, he's not admitting to the point of, yes, you were frantic. Yes, that's what you meant. But however, you just wasn't. You was talking to people crazy, and that's the reason why y'all got into it. So at this point, tension is rising. Neo Soul runs up on Cristobal with his ass cheek out. But however, he doesn't hit him. He had the opportunity to hit Cristobal out his chair, out his seat, on his back, but he didn't do it. Let's just call a spade, at least from what I've seen so far. Neo Soul's not a fighter. He's not a fighter at all. He's not a fighter. So eventually they square up. Cristobal swings. Now I will say this, because I was talking to someone about this. They said, no, Cristobal, Neo Soul, he's not a fighter. He doesn't back up what he's saying in all these different types of other things. And I was like, you know what? I can get with that. I understand that. But however, what I'm not going to do I'm not going to give Christopher Milan Crystal Ball any brownie points, because I feel like the only reason why he's doing this is because of the simple fact of, as we all know, especially as of right now, Neo Soul's not a fighter. That's the reason why he's doing it. Because the whole thing is that if even if you win the fight next week, which it looked like that is the case, you won against somebody that's not a fighter. Because the thing is that you had to sneak Curtis, you had to sneak what's the other bitch name? You had to sneak Darrell, you had to sneak Neo Soul. So like because even if you do win it like head on, you're not a fighter. So that's really all I got to say. The next episode, Jonathan comes into the house, and I'm actually here for it. I would love to see how the house interacts with him. And it looks like him and what's the bitch name? Rio, I believe it's Rio. Milan's friend gets into it. I'm here for it because I want to see how the way that the rest of the house interacts, because Jonathan is a fighting asshole. Yes, he is. So with that being said, that is it for my review for today, guys. I had to keep in mind, y'all, I'm about to go to bed. I got something in my mouth. I had dental work. Got something in my mouth. I'm gonna be messing with it. I ate some food and stuff. It's about to slowly come back up. It was a lot going on. But however, with that being said, that is it for my video for today, guys. Please make sure you guys pop that like button, hit the subscribe button, and please, please, please smack the notification bell so do not miss any of my posts from me. Till next time, guys, I will see you guys later.